What's up, everybody? How you guys doing? Oh yeah, we're going straight out of the thing, so I actually don't even need the delay on the app. So let's go ahead and get rid of the sync delay because I think I need it. I think actually we should just be straight to YouTube and we should be totally fine without it. That was what I forgot last time. That's why we were so held up on the last one. How's everybody doing? How you guys feeling? Sorry I'm a little late. I appreciate you guys sticking around to watch and hang out. Glad to be here. Glad to see you guys. What's up, Brandon? How you doing? Kevin Merton, Chris, K Wolf, Lemon Squares 10. No, it was not a lemon. It was not another wine bottle dropped on the suede slippers. And actually, the slippers have recovered. Believe it or not, I soaked them. And got all the wine out of them, as best I could. And so now the slippers are alive. So that's the update there. But yeah, it's Monday. I'm excited to be here. Excited to see you guys. Let me just switch over to my other account here so I can properly be locked in. I know, we would probably have a stronger turnout had I actually not been 23 minutes late to starting the stream, but it was just one of those days, guys. Things kind of took a little longer I thought they were going to take. And hey, what's up, Hagen? How you doing? What's up, Jake? And, but you know what? Here we are. Yeah, Chris, it is about damn time. I appreciate it. So yeah, it's been an interesting week. It's been a good week, getting some fun stuff done. Hey, Spencer, Ty Straight in there. Welcome to the Nerds and Suits Patreon. Love seeing you here. Yeah, Monday nights, right? So this is the 6 o'clock one. I know I've been doing this at 7, and I'm trying to be ready for the 6 o'clock. This was obviously not a very great, not a very great. What's the word I'm looking for? A trial run, an affirmation of my ability to do this an hour earlier. But we're doing it because it's so hot that I have to towel my forehead. We're doing it because the Magic the Gathering stream that we're doing over on the Masters of Modern is actually going to be going from 7:30 to 8:30 as opposed to 8:30 to 9:30. So that's our thing now. So I go do that right after this is over. But so I wanted to move this earlier so we could get that stream going. And yeah, we do a bunch of fun stuff here on Monday nights, as well as just kind of hanging out and catching up with you guys. We do the 30-day goal setting challenges. We talk about those. I got some great responses today from you guys who are gearing up to be a part of the NIS Endurance. We do give you guys some updates on some of what's going on the channel. We talk a little about some of the projects I have going on, some of the things I'm working on. And that's kind of the main thing behind it. And we just catch up. It's good to see you guys. It's good to have a little one-on-one time with you. I do have the Streamlabs and Super Chats are open in case anybody does feel like donating or asking any specific questions. And yeah, let's talk about what's going on. Good Lord, it's hot. It is so hot. Ugh. So my first thing I've been thinking about. Well, all right. Let's just jump in first. So, yeah, the goal setting, guys. I have struggled this last week. I'm gonna be honest with you. This week has been really depressing. I don't really know why. I would say the last 2 weeks have been pretty tough. Yeah, Chris, I do not have AC, and it's a disaster. I may order an AC unit literally when the stream is over. I keep almost doing it, and it's just a nightmare. It's been a really depressing couple weeks. I struggled mightily getting through my final week of my first 4 goals. I took last week off. That was the point. And then I was supposed to start a new one this week. And so I've been trying to figure out what it is, why it's depressing, why I'm having a hard time self-motivating. And I don't know. I don't have the answer, but it's important to be real. Asking a lot of you guys how you're doing with your goals. Some of your answers were great. A couple answers were, I'm sticking with the goals mostly, but I'm suffering, my mental health. I'm depressed, which I get. I fully relate to that. A lot of the first couple goals were great. For me, I really did well with no delivery, and I've been back to ordering delivery again now. But I haven't done it nearly as much, right? I definitely have still been way better about it since I've gone back to ordering delivery. The working out goal I'm still doing with my brother and sister. I'm still stretching every single day. So that's great. That's definitely felt better. I feel healthier, more limber. I look forward to it. It's nice to get a sweat in. The Schmodown studying, I did okay with. I didn't follow the system that I really wanted to follow, but I still managed to mostly stick with it. I was at least getting some stuff done. The system I had would have been much better, I think. And I'm still kind of going, right? I've got a match against Andrew Guy coming up. I've got this match, a potential teams match coming up against either Shazam or Final Exam coming up pretty soon here. And so that's kind of what I'm working on. And so I want to make sure that, you know, as these matches are coming up, I have a chance and I'm prepared. So I'm sticking with the Schmoedown study goal, but I've been pretty disappointed with how I've tackled it. Haven't made a lot of time to watch movies. Haven't really made a lot of time to actually focus on the type of stuff that I wanted to do in the first place. Now the fourth one, which really, this one was pretty exciting for me. I think really, unfortunately, I set that goal, which was to click one thing off of my to-do list every single day. And I think I said it right at the time that I started to kind of lose my grip on this idea. And that's really disappointing because there are a lot of things on that list that are really essential that I want to get done in my life that I really think are important and easy. Like the whole idea with the 30-day goal setting on a to-do list is that they're supposed to be all things that if you do one in a day, don't take that long. So you just have to make yourself do one. And I really didn't do well with that goal. I struggled with that goal. So, you know, I'm thinking today as I'm waking up, kind of like, what's the next step? Why is it this way? Why am I feeling this way? And I think that the truth of the matter is there are some things that are going really well in my life. There are a few things that I feel really good about. As I mentioned, I'm really happy that I've been, you know, doing something active with my brother and sister. That's great. There's a lot of work stuff that's going really, really well that I am excited about. You know, I finally, for the first time in my adult life ever, very recently started saving a little bit of money. I am so bad at saving money. Like I'm just generally terrible with my money, and so I've never been able to save. And I just very recently finally started to save a little tiny bit. Like really working hard at it, and it's marginal, but it's still exciting to me to have more than $0 saved, which, you know, is that's encouraging for my growth as an adult. And so I started thinking about, places in my life I've been when I felt more successful, less successful, and where I feel like I am right now is I know I've spent a lot of time in my life living in this like very sort of black and white world. That tends to be the way I goal set. It's always been the way I've been, right? Whether it's like I want to, get in shape, or, I want to, you guys know, Schmoedown, I want to watch all these movies, versus no movies, like whatever it is. I always kind of tend to be like, I'm going to go super hard or do nothing at all. And it's not a great way to live. It's just an irresponsible way to live, because the older you get, like the highs are high, but the lows are lower. And then real life gets in the way. You have other things that are important that prevent you from sticking with the goals you want. And it's and disappointment is, harder to bounce back from. And so a big thing for me for this year was to try to set these goals that felt a little bit more marginal. Like, something like this, working out with my brother and sister. These are not super hard workouts. I get them done in 30, 35 minutes most days. I'm not eating super clean. I'm not going cold turkey, drinking nothing to try to get as lean as possible. I'm drinking pretty consistently. I'm eating kind of what I want for the most part. And I'm working out. That's enough, right? That's something. But the thing is, the hard thing about that is, like, I'm working out 4 days a week, but I'm not seeing great results. I'm seeing a little more muscle in my upper body, but I feel pretty soft because I'm not taking those extra steps, and I'm not great at taking those extra steps. So I was trying to figure out, like, do I want to click into something extreme? Do I want to do what I've always done? And I don't think the answer is yes. It tends to, anytime I do that, I feel like I kind of bounce back and don't end up in the place that I want to be. But I've had a really hard time motivating myself to stick with the projects and the things I've been involved in recently. You guys probably notice I have not put out an episode of Song from the Scene in like 6 weeks. I like that show. It's a very time-consuming production. It's a show that I struggle to do consistently, but I liked doing it, and I felt like you guys enjoyed doing it. But I've had a real lethargy and a real depression in pushing through to make myself do it. I had like these covers that I wanted to do for you guys for Patreon. That's one of the perks of the Double Diamond tier, and I haven't done a good job with that. Like I was really struggling to learn the covers. Even when it comes to my music, I'm still getting really great stuff done. I mean, there's stuff I'm really excited about, but it's, I'm writing a little less than I was. So a lot of the stuff that I'm excited about, I'm finding myself just kind of, depression is slowing me down. That's the truth. I feel depressed most days, and I have a really hard time motivating myself. So I'm kind of hoping that being honest with you guys here on the stream and talking it through, maybe that kind of gives me that spark I need to just kind of jumpstart, get going. I'm going to stick with the 30-day goal setting. I'm going to stick with it. And I think, guys, like, if anybody here is experiencing a similar depression, or finding that there are easy things in front of them they know they need to do that they're not doing, they could be, but they're not doing, I stopped keeping track on my color-coded calendar. I stopped marking the days, right? My motivation and enthusiasm to do it was dropping. I was still doing a lot of the goals. I was still sticking with a lot of the stuff I was doing, but it was like if I didn't mark it down, then I wasn't keeping track of the days I had missed. But I started keeping track again today because, like I need to. This is a goal that I believe in. I don't want to get left behind on the NIS endurance. You guys are all doing it. I reached out today. 75, almost 80% of you guys responded and let me know how you guys are doing with your goals. People are doing an amazing, incredible job sticking with their goals. I mean, and the great thing about this is I've got all different levels of this. I take Jake Yakoveta, call sign Bartab, who's an Infinity, who's a 5-star general in the Action Army and an Infinity nerd in the Nerd Network. Jake set a goal that was it was a pretty accomplishable goal. He wanted to take time when he would normally be using a screen during the day and take time away from it during that time. That was the plan. Nothing drastic, but it was, free up this time when normally I'd be on for an hour, I'll be off. And he's stuck with it now for a few weeks. And he said, I haven't started a new goal yet, but I'm sticking with this one. I've been pretty consistent with it. Happy with that. I love that. I love you set one goal and if you're doing it, you're happy with it. On the other side of that, there are people on here who are adding more than one goal some weeks. There are people on here who are adding one or two. As I mentioned, some people are saying they're sticking with their goals, but they're mentally struggling a little bit. So, I'm really proud of all you guys for sticking with what you're doing. 5 or 6 of you guys today reached out to me unsolicited to update me on your progress, which I think that's a really, those 5 or 6 people, that's a very strong testament to where you're at mentally. It obviously means that you're getting something out of this. I wanted to give a big shout out to Charlotte Gherkin. Charlotte has done a really, really good job with her goals. She's been really committed. She's been adding new ones each and every week. She's been sticking with it. And I just think it's great. Charlotte, I'm proud of you for all the stuff that you've been doing. And just saying, like, basically, she said on here, this is one of the best things to happen this year for her because knowing that she's doing it with me and with you guys has been really helpful to make positive steps in her life, to know there's a community of people doing it with her. And I think it's probably, I share your sentiment, Charlotte, in a pretty heavy way because I know that if I didn't have this show to do and I wasn't checking in on you guys, then I would just let my shit go. I know myself well enough to know by this time that when this starts to happen, when I start to get this kind of depression and lethargy, it's really easy to let stuff go. And I'm not letting anything go. I'm sticking with the goals I set for myself. Even if I end up getting 50% of the days done on one of these goals, I'm still going to do it. I'm still going to mark it down. I'm still going to try to learn something from it. And so I think that's important. And I'm really, really happy that you guys are doing it with me. So I wanted to read a couple things in here. Nikki Therese here, who has been doing a great job with her goals. Oh my God, you started early. Glad I checked my subscriptions. Hi, what's going on, Nikki? Welcome to the show. Give a quick update here on what Nikki's up to. I got a message back from her earlier. So Nikki had a handful of goals here she was setting. 7,500 steps a day she finished. So she's done with the exercise goal. Anytime you check off one of these 30-day goals, it's a really good feeling because A, it feels like it's habit. So you've made a habit. And B, you've probably accomplished something. You're probably happy with 7,500 steps a day for 30 days probably feels really good to do. She's been throwing stuff away and selling stuff, trying to kind of clear out stuff in her place. She finished that one as well. So now 2 of the goals knocked off. Schmodown Stats, which was a project for Nikki, and now she's 3 weeks into that one, which I think is really cool. I am sweating so much. This towel here. And then Nikki wrote the longest email in the world 2 weeks ago about goals, and her next goal was to be less long-winded, which I think is hilarious. So she's week 2 of trying to be less long-winded. I hope it's working. It's 2 sentences. It's real quick. It's a real quick one. And then she's got a last goal here I'm not going to share, but I'm really proud of you for that one, Nikki, and I think you're doing a great job. So, anybody and everybody who is, sticking with the goals, who's keeping me updated, I really, really very much appreciate that. Again, I share Charlotte's optimism here, which is that I know that if I didn't have you guys doing it, I just know that I wouldn't do it. So it means a lot. We have Claire here who has just given a Streamlabs donation of $50. Claire, thank you so much for your generosity on tonight's stream. I really, really, really appreciate that. Claire, confirm for me that you are a patron. You are Claire Sexton. Is that correct? I hope so. Yeah, Claire responded, had something go down in her life that if it's the same Claire, but Claire Sexton, who is definitely a patron, did pretty good last week, had a couple off days, experienced something in her life that, kind of made it a little bit of a delay on the goal here. But it was one of these 30-day goal settings, 30-day goal settings for stretching that a lot of you guys have done. Brandy Parker, who's like 6 or 7 goals in now, Brandy's been crushing it, sticking with it, just started the stretching goal. And I'll tell you guys, even beyond my personal workout goals, which I'm very proud of because I'm happy to be doing something active again, the stretching is essential. I wake up very stiff most days. And even on a day that I don't work out, even on a day that I don't do push-ups or go hiking or whatever, just stretching my hamstrings, just getting my lower back stretched out a little bit, just getting a little looser does really, really help. So I think it's a great goal, actually, and I really recommend any and everybody here. God, it's so hot. And Claire in the chat here is confirming that is Claire Sexton. Claire, thank you so much for your generosity. I really, really appreciate that. It's a very, very sweet and very generous donation. I love having you here. Mike Deacon, call sign Kano, one of my favorites. Big time salute to you, my friend. Good to see you in here. Hey, friend, we're all with you. Every day is rough, but the right support system, we can all do this. Always here for you, my friend. Yeah, Mike and Bethany, you guys are good people. It's really, really nice seeing you in here. I'll give you a tie straighten as well. And hey, the truth of the matter is, I love all you guys reaching out and saying, I can hit you up and check in. And look, depression happens. That's the truth. A lot of people are depressed right now. This is just the truth. It's really, really hard. This is a hard time in the history of our country, in the history of the world. It's probably hard for you wherever you are in the world right now. It's a struggle. Like, life doesn't feel very peachy outside. You get bad news most days. It's really, really hard to feel. It's really, really hard to feel motivated, just considering like how many shitty things we keep hearing every day. But you can still find joy. I'll tell you guys. This is funny. I just watched Pretty in Pink. I was tweeting about this the other day, and Pretty in Pink's pretty good. I liked it as much as I liked any of the other John Hughes, that mid-'80s run. I think the only one I think is probably better is Ferris Bueller's Day Off. But I hadn't seen Pretty in Pink probably since I was maybe 12. My sister liked it. I think we watched it in high school once. I remember Ducky, and through studying, I knew that was John Cryer. I knew that it was a John Hughes film not directed by John Hughes. That's one of the famous ones that he wrote. And I knew a few other things. Molly Ringwald, right? But that was probably about it. If you had asked me who plays her guy that she wants to go out with, she has a crush on in high school, I almost for sure would have said James Spader, because I knew Spader was in it. I wouldn't have pulled Andrew McCarthy. There's no way. But on watching this movie this week, I was struck with just how wonderfully douchey James Spader was. And something about how enjoyably douchebag he was as a movie character, and it being the 80s and him just having this feathered hair, it just felt fun. Not he wasn't a good dude. He's a total piece of shit in the movie. But there was something about watching it that I think brought me just an element of joy. I want to make sure, by the way, guys, am I synced up? Oh, yeah. Nice. I am synced up. Love that. And that was just really fun. It was just really fun to watch, and I enjoyed it. And I just was like, this isn't even that great of a movie. This isn't the best movie. It's just a movie that I really liked. And that brought me joy. No joke. So I think it's important to remember and realize that you can take little victories. You can take small wins. You can have a good day. You can have a bad day. I'm definitely having a lot of days recently that I think that's the truth, guys. I could do this black and white thing. I could go to eating, nothing but protein and veggies, not drinking, going to bed early, waking up early, being super focused, working on projects, working out more than once a day some days. I've done it before. I did it last year. I did that in January through April, and I lost 30 pounds. I was really, really productive, but it got boring. It got boring. This is the truth. It didn't get boring because it wasn't good. It just didn't feel fresh anymore. After I'd done it for a little while, I got tired. So then I kind of swung back and life returned to normal somewhat. I kind of don't really want to do that. But the problem is I don't really know how to implement a new idea or change the game in a way that's going to make me feel like I'm doing something meaningful. And so that's kind of where I find on a day-to-day basis I'm bouncing. I'm bouncing between doing the things that I know how to do and then doing the things that I wish I knew how to do. And I think it's funny, Andrew Guy and I talk about this a lot, right? We both have real ambition. We're in this business and entertainment, and we both want to be somewhere big. Andrew Guy is a very talented actor. That's what he wants to do. He wants to be in movies and on television. And when we were waiters together and we were in our mid-20s, we had nothing. We had no no YouTube channel. We had no Schmodown. You know, we had no Action Movie Anatomy. We had none of the stuff that we ended up doing. I didn't have my Magic podcast. He wasn't doing Clash. I mean, we were two broke kids working at a restaurant together. And we look back at that time now, and it feels like we've come a long way, and things are good. Things are certainly good now. But you always want more. That's the truth. No matter what level of success you find, you always want more. You want to achieve something else. And so for me, I think that's what I struggle with is like, how do you feel happy with what you have? How do you feel just generally and genuinely happy with what's in front of you? It's a hard thing to do. So I've considered all kinds of stuff, guys. You know, honestly, I've considered the possibility of, you know, do you try antidepressants and see how that makes you feel? I know a lot of people that have done that before. That seems interesting. I've never tried it. You know, I've thought before about, you know, do I just do a general diet change? Not like a get lean diet change, but like, do you do the kind where you cut out all processed food and it's like a very, very whole diet? I've heard some people say you drink more water, you do a whole diet, and you'll notice your energy and everything, you know, it'll go through the roof. You know, Claire in here says weed, right? So for me, like, I like to drink, you know, I drink a pretty good amount. I know that when I drink less, I tend to have a little more energy. Mornings are a little easier. But I also kind of like the ability, I really enjoy feeling sedated at night. That's something I like doing. One of my favorite feelings in the entire world is drinking wine and watching a movie. I love it. I love doing it by myself. I love doing it with people. I just enjoy doing it. So I've tried before, like when I've not drank for periods of time, to just smoke more weed, but I don't like the feeling as much. I also don't find that the mornings feel really all that much better. So like, anyway, I'm rambling here, guys, and just telling you this is kind of my day-to-day thought process. You know, I'm trying to figure out what it is to do that I want to do to be happy. You know, Spencer Bento here, a big time, you know, certified gold patron in the Nerd Network. Big time salute to you and a tie straight into you, Spencer Bento. Joined both the Action and the Nerds and Suits Patreons. Appreciate that. I definitely feel better and healthier when I drink a lot of water throughout the day. Yeah, I have heard that. I probably don't drink enough water. Let's see if I got a bottle around here somewhere. No. Nope. Well, I did, but I don't anymore. So, yep. All right. So anyway, guys, that's kind of me ranting and rambling a little bit. Let's pop through here and see if I got any other of the goals that I want to share with you guys. You know, for a couple times there, I was shouting every single person out. I want to continue doing that, but I also want to make sure that I don't just, you know, spend 25 minutes just reading goals. Jeff Alterman here, call sign Quiz Show, who's a double diamond nerd in the Nerd Network and a 5-star general in the Action Army. Goals are good, except I still didn't call my grandparents for number 5. Maybe I should have taken the week off for making goals like you mentioned before. Yeah, so that was something I did, right? So this week I have a new goal. And honestly, guys, trying to figure out what it's going to be. I may start it on Tuesday. I don't know that I'm totally locked into wanting to start a new goal today. I don't know that I am. There's a part of me that's thinking I want to do something with diet. That's like kind of where I'm at. I felt like today I woke up and I just wasn't quite locked into making that commitment. So maybe I start the new one tomorrow. That'll be number 5 in the 30-day goal setting challenge. And I think, I believe I could do a good job with it, but I think it's important to take a week off and reassess. I probably will start a new one, honestly. And if I start a new diet one, I'm sure that would get me, you know, more in the direction. I do find that like, I feel heavier than I'd like to. I feel bulkier. I feel better now that I'm working out. Like I don't feel as soft as I did when we started doing this 5 or 6 weeks ago. Like I definitely just feel healthier and stronger. But I also would like to be able to just like feel a little lighter. And so, excuse me. I think I'd like to like, you know, try to focus on losing in that like 15-ish pounds range. I could probably do it pretty fast. So I might start a diet goal tomorrow. I might come up with something. Maybe I'll try. I don't want to try keto because I don't want to eat tons of fat. That doesn't ever make me feel good. But yeah, maybe a low carb thing. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But something fun. So that is Jeff here. I've got Dr. Megs in here. She's completed 4 weeks of journaling, still continuing this week. The screen time has been a struggle with late night projects, but still working on that in preparation for a bigger goal. Planning on devoting 1 hour a day to reading research for review notes relating to physical therapy. This is a pre-work for a dream project I've been putting off. So again, what's great about this here, right, is that you have like self-love, which is journaling, right? So you're putting your thoughts down, you're trying to calm your mind. That's one of the goals, right? I really, really appreciate that. One of them was less screen time. So that's like, try to be more efficient, try to towel your head off because you're sweating your balls off. And then the last one here, which is putting in research for review notes relating to physical therapy. This is pre-work for a dream project she's been working on. So or putting off. What's great about that goal, and I think one thing to note from that goal is a lot of your goals can be something kind of like journaling, making your bed. Oh yeah, that was last week's goal. This would be goal 6 because I fucking bombed getting up at 7 a.m. and making my bed. I just remembered. I did so badly, guys. I did it 7:30 twice, made my bed twice, and failed all the other days. This was the worst of all the goals by far. I bombed it. So yeah, this is not a good week for Bateman in terms of the goal setting, but I'm just being honest with you guys. But I think what's cool is if you are setting wash the dishes every day when you're done cooking, or make your bed, or clean your car, or stretch, things that are pretty easy, they take you a couple minutes to do. It's also important, and I think really helpful for any and all of us to be like, hey, you know what? What do I want to do? Do I want to be a writer? Do I want to be an artist? Do I, what's my dream? What do I want to accomplish? Do I want to own a home? What is it that you want out of life? What's your big ultimate want? And coming up with a small goal that relates to your ultimate want can be a really exciting one. It's a way to stay excited and to keep moving forward, which I really, really appreciate. So I do appreciate that, Megs. I think that's a great goal, and I appreciate you sharing it with me here. Going through here, looking for other people that wanted to share their experiences. Read through another one or two. We got Sergio Vieira Jr. here. Sidewinder, call sign Sidewinder. So there was an intermittent fasting goal here from Sergio, which, by the way, I'd considered that. Maybe that's my tomorrow goal, is I try intermittent fasting. I just tell you what, the problem with intermittent fasting, the thing I don't like about it is, my understanding is that alcohol is the same as food. So unless I don't want to eat until like 2 p.m. every day, which seems really tough, but it is possible, I suppose. And even then, I like to have a drink late at night. That's usually when I do it, right? I like to drink on the couch. So if I wanted to do the 8-hour one, I could not eat until 4, which seems real tough to do. Eat from 4 to 12 kind of a deal, but you don't want to eat that late. So that to me is why intermittent fasting for me sounds a little harder. But Sergio says, I'm doing well with fasting, but yesterday went slightly over. To be honest, I'm not sure how long I've been at it, but it feels routine now. Still perfect with the water goal. I believe it should be 3 weeks now. Yeah, so this is great, right? Drink more water, intermittent fasting. Those are solid goals. Very, very important to stick to, and I'm sure very, very beneficial. I'm sure they feel very, very good. So anyway, guys, that's the goal setting stuff. We're still working on the NIS Endurance. I expect and hope to be back at you guys next week with a little more momentum, a little more positivity, a little more optimism. I'm trying my best. I'm here for you guys as a resource, because just because I'm not hitting my goals necessarily does not mean I'm not going to keep checking on you guys and helping you achieve your dreams, because it's fucking important to me, because I want you guys to be happy. When you turn into this stream every Monday, I want you to be able to jump in here, and I want you to be able to get something good out of it. So Brendan Casey here says, I want to be able to read some of the books I have purchased. Brendan, is that what's the goal there? I'm not sure I totally understand. Haskell here says, Ben, I eat once, maybe twice a day, every 2 to 3, 4 days. In the beginning, like anything, it can be, it can be tough at times, but once your body gets used to the new schedule of eating, it's easy. Yeah. So I've heard that any kind of crazy changes to diets and all things like that actually can be just a question of your body getting used to it. So the eating at 3 o'clock thing is something people have talked about. But anyway, that's my goal setting stuff here, guys. Remember, for anybody who's watching and listening, for anybody that doesn't know what's going on, if you are a patron at Nerds and Suits, patreon.com/Nerds and Suits, and the first level we have is a $5 a month level. That's certified gold. But honestly, I've opened this up to every single person down to $1 if that's what you want to do, because it's important to me. And so if you're doing it and you let me know, just sign up as a patron, send me your goal directly on Patreon. This is what I want to do for 30 days. And on Monday afternoon, I will check in on you. I've checked in on every single one of you guys, every patron. If you guys don't respond to me for a week, I'll stop checking in, because I'll assume that means that you don't want me checking in on you. But as long as you keep responding, I will keep checking on you. So anybody that's interested, please reach out, become a patron. Let me know. I love having new people join, and our Patreon community is really, really awesome. We have the next studio diary going on this week, which is a music thing I do. Some of you guys know about this, some of you guys don't. I'm working on my album. It's coming out at least the first track is coming out in December, potentially the whole album, but we'll start releasing stuff in December. And I do this thing called Studio Diary twice a month. I get together with you guys on a weekend afternoon. I turn on an unlisted stream, and for 1 hour, I play through all of the covers and all of the original material that I'm working on as the album's developing. I kind of let you guys I show you what I'm actually doing. You guys get to sit there and be a part of it and kind of hear it as it's developing. It's been going really well. I've been really enjoying it. So our next one of those is going to be this weekend. Jack Shipley here says he's looking forward to the album. I appreciate that very much. So if you guys, anybody's considering being a patron, that's a great way to do it. It's a great place to join. But let's talk about some of the other stuff that's going on the channel. Who here watched the Mara Knopic interview? We posted an interview with Mara Knopic this last Friday at noon, and the responses were great. So this interview on the channel did about as well as most of them have done recently. This one got to a couple thousand views in a couple days. Was really, really exciting. I think you seem to be very excited to hear from Mara. She was great. She really opened up. I mean, she really opened up. I loved her honesty, talking about her health, talking about her time in the Navy, just talking about all kinds of stuff. Her love of movies. It was just really cool. It was cool to talk to Mara. I really thought she was generous with her time, and I was impressed. I loved that one. If you guys haven't already watched it, it's available here on the channel. Go ahead, leave a comment. Let her know that you loved hearing from her. And if you haven't already subscribed to Dan's channel, go subscribe to Dan's channel because they do a lot of work over there together, and it's terrific stuff. So coming up pretty soon here, I'm confirming a few guests right now. Our next few guests in some order. I have to get the confirmations locked in. But I've got Lindsay McCormick, who's a sports broadcaster. We're scheduling that one pretty soon here. I've got John Sheck, he's my buddy. I've mentioned to you guys before, who was Jimmy in That Thing You Do. He's Jonah Hex on Legends of Tomorrow. A bunch of other cool stuff. He was just in a movie with Ana de Armas. So he's a very talented actor. I just texted him today, so he's going to come on pretty soon. We're scheduling that one pretty quick here. We've got Hannah Cranston, she's another news kind of reporter, political activist, does a lot of really cool stuff. She was on the Young Turks for a long time. She does stuff. She does stuff there. She does a bunch of her own stuff. She has a cool podcast. She does stuff for Fox sometimes. She's going to come on pretty soon. And then, we will start bringing on some of the other Schmoedown people probably. There's a chance I asked Dan Murrell if he wants to come back on for another interview pretty soon. Obviously there's a pathway to potentially play Dan. I play Andrew Guy coming up pretty soon. And obviously the winner of that is going to play the winner of the title match of Dan versus Irwin. So the stars could align there. Plus, obviously, I am going to be playing the winner of Shazam Final Exam with Who's the Boss and After Corruption and Founding Fathers play. So there's a bunch of kind of pathways and avenues that Dan and I could potentially match up again. And so, I might see if Dan wants to kind of come back on for a round 2 if one of those situations does sort of rear its head, because I know he's somebody you guys love hearing from. And when we spoke last, when I launched the channel, he was just launching his channel. I was just launching my channel, and we had literally just played Atlanta. It was probably a month after Atlanta. So it does feel like it could be an interesting one to bring him back on at some point. So maybe I'll ask him again if he wants to come back. But yeah, those are kind of some of the next upcoming guests. I feel like I have a couple others actually lined up that I'm spacing on right now. I know we just brought on Andraco, which I really, really liked having him on a lot. Let me just take a look at my list here and see what else I got, because I feel like there's a few others on here that I wanted to talk to you guys about. How's everybody doing, by the way? How are you guys all doing in the chat? Everybody having an okay night? You guys feeling all right? Other people that I wanted to bring back on. Oh yeah, my friend Christina. I just asked her if she wanted to do the show, and she said she would. My friend Christina, who you guys, some of you guys might know her. She's on a bunch of cool stuff. She's a big nerd. She plays, like Magic, and she plays World of Warcraft. But she's an actress. She's on this show right now on TNT called Animal Kingdom, which some of you guys may watch. It's actually a really good show. It's based on a movie. It's done with by this guy named John Wells, who's like a really legendary TV guy. She's on that show. There was this show last year called A Million Little Things. I think it was an ABC show. ABC or NBC, I can't remember which. But it was, Dan Fogelman, the guy that was doing This Is Us. It was kind of a spinoff from that show. And she was in most of the first season of that. So you guys might have watched her there. She had a show on CW called Valor. It was a couple years ago. She was the lead in that show. It was like a military show on CW. Anyway, She's awesome. I met her a few years ago on a red carpet, and we've kind of just stayed in touch and been friends for a few years now. And we were just talking the other day, and I was like, yeah, I'm doing this interview show if you want to come on and do it. She was like, yeah, I'd love to anytime. So maybe we'll bring on Christina pretty soon. I think she's somebody you guys would probably enjoy hearing from. She's got some interesting stories to tell and is a pretty cool chick. So that's kind of some of the upcoming guests that we've got here booked for a great conversation. Remember, anybody who is watching or listening to the show right now that has not already hit that subscribe button, please do. Hit that thumbs up button also if you're watching the video right now. But yeah, I think that's pretty much what we're doing. That's pretty much what we're doing on the channel coming up right now. As far as music updates go, we've gone in, we've done a couple other. A lot of you guys are saying bring on Roca for a great conversation. We did. Roca came on like 2 months ago. We have a great conversation. There's a lot of really interesting stuff in there. Roca says great stuff. But for as far as the album updates go, we had a session on Friday. We're still working on some of those songs we talked about last week. We added some stuff to a few of those songs. Definitely wrote some pretty cool stuff this last week. I'm feeling like we're moving in the right direction. Kind of a piano ballad we started to write together, which was pretty fun. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. I think you guys will probably start to hear. You'll hear some new demos coming up pretty soon. I think more than likely on this next weekend when we do Studio Diary, you guys will hear a couple demos. And we're also talking about some of the different cover opportunities, right? Because one of the things that I really want to do, I'm really interested in performing like an old 80s pop cover. And I want to do one. I want to do one that is like a song people know, but not like a song that's like a huge, massive 80s hit. I mean, I guess it's possible that if it was a huge 80s hit, we would do it, but I kind of want to pick like a song that I love that everyone like recognizes. Like, do you guys remember that song "Missing You" by John Waite? Here, let me grab my guitar. We'll play through "Missing You." 1 second. Give me 1 second. All right. All right, we're back. Let's see. Let's flip this down. Oh, probably move this down like this. Yeah, this works. Take this off. Man. You guys ready for a little music? You guys ready for a little music? All right. Every time I look at you, I always catch my breath. And I'm standing here and you're miles away, and I'm wondering why you left. I hear your name in certain circles, and it's always driving me wild. I spend my time thinking about you, and it always makes me smile. And there's a storm that's chasing down this and out tonight. I ain't missing you at all, missing you since you've been gone away. I ain't missing you at all, missing you no matter what my friends say. I don't know all the words of that song, but I do kind of love it, right? It's like a favorite of mine for sure. That's one that I've been thinking a lot about doing. I have been thinking about doing Boys of Summer by Don Henley, which I've done on a video before. Um, every time I look at you. Yeah, I do a cover of Don Henley Boys of Summer. Let's see if I can make this happen. Classic John Waite. Brennan Casey, thanks, man. 18 in Life. Oh, man. Yeah, I used to be able to play it. 18 in Life and sunny. Yeah, I'll play Boys of Summer here before we get out of here. Let's see. Yeah, we're a little out of tune. Let's get this guy tuned up real fast. I'll play a little Boys of Summer. Hey! New patron. We got ourselves a new diamond patron. Mr. Billy McGruber, Belford. Salute to you, Belford. A tie straight to you, Belford. I appreciate you being here, man. Thank you so much for joining. Love having you here. Let's tune this guitar. We'll play a little Boys of Summer dedicated to Mr. Billy Belford. Wait, really? Are we half step down again? Really? We're fucking half step down again? All right. We messed on it last week when I was playing you guys that new song. Almost there, guys. All right, ready? Ready. Nobody on the road, nobody on the beach. I feel it in the air, summer's out of reach. Empty lakes, empty streets, the sun goes down low. I'm driving by your house, though I know you're not home. I can see you, brown skin shining in the sun. You got your hair combed back and your sunglasses on, baby. I can tell you my love for you will still be strong after the boys of summer have gone. Oh. Forget those nights when the river was a dream. Remember how you made me crazy, remember how I made you scream. And I don't understand what happened to our love. Babe, I'm gonna get you back, gonna show you what I'm made of. I can see you, skin shining in the sun. You got your hair combed back and your sunglasses on, baby. I can tell you my love for you will still be strong after the boys of summer have gone. Yeah. No, 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 no. Da, da, da. No, 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 no. Oh, whoa. Out on the road today, I saw a deadhead sticker on a Cadillac. Little voice inside of my head says, don't look back. You can never look back. Thought I knew what love was. What did I know? You guys ready to sing it? Those days are gone forever. I should just let them go by. I can see you, brown skin shining in the sun. You got your hair combed back and your sunglasses on, baby. I can tell you my love for you will still be strong after boys of summer have gone. Oh, I can see you. Oh, I can tell you my love for you will still be strong after the boys of summer have gone. Oh, I ain't missing you at all. Missing you. No matter what my friends say, I ain't missing you at all. So much fun. So much fun. So much fun. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Sounds really out of tune again. Don't know what's going on. Every time I look at you, I always catch my breath. And I'm just standing here, and I'm wondering why you left. Guys, I know I talked about saving money earlier, but good God, do I want that fucking Gibson Hummingbird so badly. I must find a way. I must. Every time I look at you, I probably know Wonderwall, I would think, right? so it's E minor, then to G, then to A, and then to C, and today is gonna be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you. By now you should have somehow realized what you got to do. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. Nah, I can't really do it. I feel like it's too low because I'm down a half step. I probably want to like capo it a little bit. I've been calling, I've been waiting for you. I'm pretending, but it's all I can do. The love you gave me ain't making it through to your heart. You've been hiding, never wanted to show. And I wanted to know that any amount than making it through to your heart. But there's one thing you forgot. What about love? Don't you want someone to care about you? What about love? Don't let it slip away. What about just want a song about Ed Harris. For Pauly D, we just want a song about Ed Harris. For Pauly D. So, you know, big thanks to Billy Belford here for we fully embraced PL Daddy. It's so good. It's just so good. I mean, that's the case. Billy Belford here with the $10 super chat. Billy, very much appreciated, sir. Here is a start towards the Gibson. Which Gibson do you want? You know what? You know what, guys? Nerds in Suits, the Patreon, its own thing. You guys are supportive on the Patreon, but the donations here that we get on streams, which I like don't talk about them very often because I feel like you guys are so generous on Action and it's a lot of the same people. I'm going to start putting every dollar that comes into these Nerds in Suits donations. If it takes a year to get me halfway there, this guitar is absurdly expensive, by the way. So this is not a cry to start just dumping money into these streams, but I'm going to literally start taking the money from these streams and putting it into a separate account that is going to eventually buy me that fucking Hummingbird. That's the one. Just super chats and Streamlabs here only on Nerds in Suits. No Patreon, nothing to do with Action, just Streamlabs and super chats on this channel. I stream once a week live. Maybe it'll take me a year to get this fucking guitar. The one I want is between 3,000 and 5,000, depending on which version I get, if I get it used or not. So I'm gonna take that $10 from Billy. I'm gonna take that $50 from Claire. I know it says stool, Claire, and I will get a stool, but I'll buy it out of pocket because this money here, this is the Hummingbird Fund. That's what we're doing. Nerds in Suits, Monday nights. We now have a Hummingbird Fund. Effectively, Adam Patasic here. It's patreon.com/nerdsinsuits. It's known in this night, now, and then It's the morning and it's right. It's the morning and the night. Letting that in on it. What's the tone about that? Check to me. I don't know. Down there. It's me. I've been on and it's a night. It's the morning and it's a night. And on and notice. Just know and it's right. Didn't know and it's a night. And on and notice. So that's kind of there's a soul to that song I've been working on with David. It's got this like talking vibe to it that I am super into. We're trying to kind of rip off that Sean Mullins song. Everything's gonna be alright. Rockabye, rockabye. Everything's gonna be alright. Rockabye, rockabye, rockabye. She said, I ain't so sure about this place. It's kinda hard to play a gig in this town, keep a straight face. Seems like everyone's got a plan. It's kinda like Nashville with a tan. Everything's gonna be alright. Rockabye, rockabye. Everything's gonna be alright. Rockabye, rockabye, rockabye. Oh yeah, I can make people mods. I should be able to make a lot of you guys mods. John Lastrina here, calls on hashtag Ladies Night, who by the way is crushing his goals. I wanted to just give a big shout to John, because John started early with the goals, with the goal setting. It's been a really positive part of his life. He's been clear with me, and I'm really, really, really proud of you, John, for sticking with everything you're doing. And I loved it. I love what you're doing here. So John, thank you so much for all your support, and congratulations. And his comment in here is that he's got an instrument fund of his own because he's looking to buy a bass, like a sweet bass, but he's maxing out at $1,000, which I totally get, man. There's a reason I've never bought a really expensive instrument. This was about $1,000. It's like $900. This is the most expensive guitar I've ever bought. My Epiphone, my Casino, the value was like $1,200, but I think I bought it for about $700. But this Gibson would be like a forever guitar. So anyway, guys, I have this magic stream I have to get to in about 10 minutes, so I'm probably gonna have to get out of here. I do want to just give any additional shout outs. Our Gibson Hummingbird Fund is currently sitting at a cool $75. We got a $10 donation here from Belford. We got a $10 donation here from Charlotte, 5 from Mike, and 50 from Claire. A big salute to you guys. A lot of you guys are in action, and a big tie straight. And thank you so much to all you guys. That $75 is going straight into the Gibson Hummingbird Fund, which I really can't wait for. It's going to be excellent. It's going to be fun. I'm so excited. Jake is asking if I'm going to go Mythic tonight. I am streaming after the stream. That's the Monday deal now, is that I do the Commander stream, which is live Magic, like actual cards, just like filmed, and then I immediately jump over to my Twitch right afterwards. So we're going to do more of that tonight. Playing it all wrong. Hey, what's up, Lucas? The Ed Harris song. PLD donating $5 for the Ed Harris song. He's been in so many films. We love what he does. He's been in so many films. Love what he does. He's a favorite of PLD. He loves his butt. And we know one day he'll win an Oscar, but he hasn't gotten there yet. And we know PLD wishes he was his father. I thought Paul can't quite forget. Ooh, ooh, yeah. Ooh. All right, that's a start. That's a start. Nikki, I don't know if loving his butt and wanting him to be his father go together. Look, Nikki, don't quit your day job, okay? I'm the creative one here. No, I'm kidding. You're right. It's weird. The two things together, I came up with them back to back. You know, they're a little weird. But, you know, PLD and Ed Harris, I'm not going to lie, it's a little weird. It's a little weird. All right, guys, last two donations for the night here. We got call sign hashtag Ladies Night, John Lestrina, Love and Support, $5, and PLD with the Ed Harris donation here. We are $85 on our way towards the Gibson Hummingbird. Excited for this guitar. I'm gonna go get on this Magic stream here in about 5 minutes, guys. Thanks for watching tonight, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys. Anybody who wants to go watch some Magic, go over to youtube.com/the MMCast We're gonna be live streaming it on there. I'll be playing Magic. It's literally. That was the worst thing I ever heard in my life, says Jake Yakavetta. Jake, trust me, I could play something worse. Thank you all so much. Come watch some Magic, and if you don't want to watch now because you want to watch Twitch, I'll be on there, twitch.tv/BenBateman, streaming probably about, I guess. Oh, you know what? Actually, I forgot about this. We're not starting at 7:30. We're starting at 8. So I can play music for like 5-10 more minutes. And I kind of want to. I'm enjoying it. So let's do it. Let's do a little more music. Whoa. Do 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 do. Werewolves of London. Werewolves of London. Werewolves of London. I never wrote a song for Andrew Guy. I never did that. Asks Claire. That never happened. What do we want to play before the night's over? Werewolves of London. I know, Spencer. I know. I told her when she was on the show that I was going to do it as a song from the scene. I just never got to it. Great song, though. Great song. Color of Money, baby. Color of Money. Color Money, great movie, Dean Morgan. I used to be able to play Faithfully. Highway Run. Midnight sun. Wheels go. In my mind. I'm playing this wrong. Highway. Midnight sun. Wheels go round and round in my mind. Highway run into the midnight sun. Wheels go round and round in my mind. Restless heart, they belong tonight. Sending all my love on the wire, on the. I can't play it anymore. They say that the road ain't no place to start a family. Right down the line, it's been you and me. Love and music, man, ain't always what it's supposed to be. Oh, girl, won't you stand by me? Yeah, I gotta learn the chords, because it sounds bad when you play songs wrong. This just in. Looks like we got ourselves another donation. Looks like we got ourselves another donation from Tyler Wade Schwent, call sign Bear Trap, Dust on the Bottle by Kentucky Headhunters. I don't know that one, man. I do not know said song. Dean Morgan, I hope I sing it at a live. The sooner the better, so I can make a thumbnail, says Alex. Yeah, it was so much fun playing that song at a live event. And we're doing interpretive dance. I mean, that was as good as it gets, you know? Is she really going out with him? Is she really gonna take him home tonight? Is she really going out with him? Something going on around here. Do 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 do. Pretty women walking with gorillas down my street. Lucas Shawshek with the $50 Streamlab towards the Gibson Hummingbird. Lucas, thank you, sir. Very much appreciate that. All you guys tonight. You know, look, we do so many shows on Action, and I'm so proud of the work that we do over there. And one thing that I'm just totally clear about all the time is I really like to petition for support financially with Action. Because we work really hard. We have for a long time together, and we've built it slowly. And anybody who donates and supports me here, I'm so appreciative of it. I really do truly appreciate it. But I up until now with this Gibson Hummingbird idea, have just never made these streams about that, because it feels like I want them to be about something else. So I do appreciate you guys all supporting, and this is not me shifting focus to a Nerds in Suits donation plan. I'm just appreciative. I'm proud of what I'm doing here, and I really appreciate you guys supporting it. So, yeah, thank you so much. Thanks, Lucas. Thanks, Claire. Thanks, Billy. Thanks, Mike, Charlotte, John, PLD, PL Daddy. You guys are great. Someday I'll have that guitar, and I'll fucking play it. It'll be sweet. know what to play for you guys. Look, if you had one shot, one opportunity to capture everything you ever wanted, I'm not going to start rapping. I can't do the rhythm and also rap. Would you just let it slip, he says? Oh, his palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy, there's vomit on his sweater already. Mom's forgetting he's nervous, but on the surface he looks calm and ready to drop bombs. But he keeps on forgetting what he wrote down. The whole crowd grows so loud, he opens his mouth, but the words won't come out. He's joking now, everybody's choking how. Clock's run out, time's up, over blouse. Now back to reality, oh, there goes gravity, oh, there goes rabbit. He won't give up that easy, no. All right, it's about enough of that. Guys, I have been on air too long. We just started doing 8 Mile, and that's probably not the best look on me. So I think probably it's time to end the stream. Big thanks to everybody for watching tonight. Thanks for all the likes. Thanks for all the support. Thanks for the Gibson Hummingbird Fund. You guys kick ass. Thank you so much. I am going to get out of here and start to get ready for this Magic stream. Stick around. Go to youtube.com/theMMcast if you guys are interested in checking that out. If you guys have not already checked out, patreon.com/nerdsandsuits. Check that out. Remember, we're doing goal setting every Monday. I'll be checking in on all of you guys. Congrats to those of you that are sticking with your goals. You know, we're doing our best. Doing our best. I'm going to double down on mine. I'm getting back to my goals this week. I'm going to have good news for you guys next week. I'm going to really give it my all. Thanks, Nikki. Thanks to everyone. Love you. I'm out of here. Bye, guys.